This is what visiting the World Athletics Championship in Budapest is like. It's 2023 and Budapest is hosting the World Athletics Championship, and since we are natives to this city, we wanted to see it in person. Approximately 3 billion people might watch this on television, and previously we also watched some of these sports events. But us Hungarians are madly in love with sports, so today we are here at this wonderful event to see it in person. And we're gonna show you what it is like. Let's go! The National Athletics Center, where the events take place, are located along the Danube River at the southern end of Pest, and it's so new that it's not even on Google's satellite view yet. We visited on opening day, and the morning didn't start promising thanks to a thunderstorm delaying the events, but it didn't impact our spirits. Even though my producer didn't factor proper shoes for the rain, after a quick dry in the bathroom, we were ready to fully enjoy the day. Once the event started, there was no real downtime. Athletes came one after the other, competing in various qualifiers, sometimes even having multiple different sports occurring at the same time. Now, I never watched anything like this in person, and honestly, there was even a point when it became a bit difficult to follow.
Do you have any idea what's going on? Me neither. But it's fun!
When there was a break between the different events, there were some interactive games we could play together with the crowd. Even though I used to play a lot of video games back in the day, I failed miserably in most of the interactive sessions.
Fast as an edge, I 111 out of 600!
Mit nyertél?
I haven't won anything.
One positive surprise in the stadium was the prices for foods and drinks. I honestly expected ridiculous festival prices, but $9.50 for a beer and $9.90 for a hot dog isn't that bad at all.
So how is it?
It's a hot dog.
It's a totally adequate hot dog. It's a hot dog, and for this price, it is a hot dog, and that's what they're selling, a hot dog.
Even though you have an allocated seat as per your ticket, there is an area in the stadium which you can explore freely. So if something interesting happens on the other side and you cannot see it from where you sit, you can take a stroll and get a closer look or a different perspective on the events. You can also get a behind-the-scenes look at some of the broadcasts and all the technology that's going into bringing such an event to your screens at home.
Alright, so this concludes the morning event. It's actually, well, 4 o'clock because there was a delay because of the rain. Nevertheless, we can come back here around 6-ish. So for the next 2 hours, let's try to eat something and see what we can do in the Fanzone.
It was pleasant to see the many things set up in the Fanzone to make sure you can spend your time actively here. You can learn about the different sports held at the championship, get hands-on with some of the equipment the athletes are using.
Is it heavy?
Or you can even do a few activities on your own and see if you can get the best score of the day. There is even a stage setup where the medals are handed over and where concerts are also held, so there is always something to do or enjoy. One thing that was really noticeable though was the steep increase in prices. Sure, there were many more options to choose from, like freshly baked pizza, but the prices felt always much higher than they should have been.
What is this?
Go-free for 2,500.
So far, this is the biggest robbery in daylight.
It's actually quite nice, as I always say.
Pretty nice.
Pretty nice. It was then time to head back to the stadium and witness the opening ceremony, and this time we had tickets to a lower segment of the stadium. Honestly, even sitting in front of the TV, I never understood the point of these ceremonies, and sitting there in person, it became even more evident to me that these are just dragged out for too long and there isn't much to see. Though I have to admit, the mascot is kinda fun. He's called Juhu, based on the Hungarian native Rocka sheep who have some very cool horns. He already became infamous for various crazy shenanigans prior to the events, but I mean, say what you want, but he is certainly more active than the mascots we had for the World Athletics Championships. The real fun part of the evening started as the athletes began competing. There is something magical and energizing about rooting for somebody and witnessing their performance as they try to push themselves beyond their limits. One thing that I never realized watching the events on television was the constant pumping music in the stadium. It feels like there's a party with every sport. Let me try to demonstrate it for you what it sounds like without getting a copyright strike. We even had a hot dog for a second time, and also a Sportszeret chocolate bar, which is a unique snack that's nostalgic to us Hungarians that you should also try if you can. In all seriousness, it's yummy, but has absolutely no healthy sports benefits. Even if we couldn't cheer for Hungarian athletes in every sport category, we always found someone to support. Like as fans of Japan, if a Japanese player came up, we always raised our voices. It is a really fun time watching the success of athletes who've been preparing for this event for so long, and even to see some wholesome moments, like when the Brazilian girl in the 10K run got way behind, even getting lapped, and yet she still pushed herself to the finish line along with the crowds cheering for her. And to me personally, this is what it's all about. It's cheering for athletes coming together and trying to beat themselves, get better times, longer throws or jumps, and perhaps in the end be the best from everyone else. And we can be part of that by powering their effort with our voice and support.
Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and the next time when there is a big sports event in Budapest, maybe you will visit the city. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you guys in our future videos, and also don't forget to subscribe. Bye!